And then as we went along, then I joined the big firm, and then Brad and I, who I know from law school,
Spun off.
we hooked up in 2009. We said we were both political, and we said we could start the best lobbying firm in all of New York.
Okay, stop. What's a lobbying firm?
Okay.
People need to know what that is.
Okay, lobbyists have bad reputations, right? It's a bad
Yeah, it's like an
reputation.
annuity.
Right,
Another bad reputation.
No one likes the because you know why? The lobbyists are their own worst lobbyists. Okay, so here's what lobbying really is to me. When you do it correctly, you do it ethically, and you do it correctly. Right. It's about advocacy.
Right.
Okay? Lobbying is about advocacy. So where you represent a client, you become their advocate. I am their connection to their government.
When you're in a hospital, you need an advocate when you're in a hospital that talks the language of the people you're talking to.
Exactly.
And this is what I think you're referring to. I don't think people understand this.
They don't understand this.
It's a communication issue that two parties want the same thing, but they don't know how to communicate.
This is an honorable profession, and you don't have to be a lawyer to be a lobbyist, but it's a good idea because you have to understand how to draft legislation and understand how legislation affects people, and also how administrative agencies affect people also. For instance, I represent the bodegas in New York City. Right. Most of them can't even speak English, okay? How do you expect them to communicate with their government, okay? These are hardworking people. They work 20 hours a day, and they need to communicate with their government. Why? Because every law under the sun adversely affects their business. Everything from health department to this department to traffic, you name it. They're constantly, I mean, I can name you beer issues, cigarette issues, whatever they sell in those stores, there are issues that affect them. Right. They need me.
They don't understand the game. So
they don't understand the game. So that's an example. And okay, we represent special needs schools. Okay,
which I think is really, really important these days.
We're their advocate. You know, you would think that the New York State Department of Education, state ed, works with these schools. No, they're obstructionists. Okay, and I'm not afraid to say it. No. They are obstructionists.
It's all about the money that you
Okay, so we represent clients that are fighting with state ed every single day.
To get what they deserve.
We're their advocates. So that's what lobbying really is. It's about passing legislation for clients. It's about defending against legislation for other clients. It's about fighting with administrative agencies. We represent construction companies. We fight with the Department of Buildings all the time, and that's really for me. That's what we have some Washington D.C. issues, but for me, if you do it right, it's an honorable profession. It's an honorable piece of the law.
David, I just find what you do to be the epitome of communications. It's because you can be totally in disagreement with somebody, but you got to work through it. You got to talk through it. You can't walk away from these things. If you have a wife or a child, you walk away, you go away, and things settle down. But you have to do things to make changes. I want you folks to stay with us because I'm with David Schwartz. He is an incredible attorney in the state of New York and also in New Jersey that not only does attorney work for prosecutions and litigation and things, but he helps lobbyists, people get things that the government doesn't get that he pushes through. Stay with us. We'll be back after these messages.